Hello. For much of the church throughout the world, Thursday in Holy Week is simply called Holy Thursday. Being Anglicans, or specifically being Episcopalians, we couldn't keep it that simple. For us, this is called Maundy Thursday. Now, if you aren't careful in your pronunciation, it'll sound like Monday, Thursday, which just sounds like we're confused about what day this really is. So why is this called Maundy Thursday? Maundy is a mangled version of mandate, or to be more precise, a mangled version of the Latin phrase mandatum novum, meaning a new commandment. This comes from the statement Jesus made at the Last Supper to his disciples. This is found in verses 34 and 35 of the 13th chapter of the Gospel according to John. There Jesus says, I give you a new commandment, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also should love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. Well, is love really a new commandment? I mean, earlier, Jesus said the whole law given through Moses hung upon total love for God and loving our neighbor as we love ourselves. The rightness of loving God is obvious, even if we don't find it easy. Loving our neighbor may or may not be easy, and with some neighbors, we don't even see that it's right. If we're honest, most of us apportion out our love in proportion to the merit of the person involved, how much we trust them, how close they are to us socially, and how generous their gift was to us last Christmas. But let's grant that it's good spiritual discipline to love in a completely generous way. But now Jesus is raising the bar even higher. At least when it comes to other followers of Jesus, we're commanded to love them, not just as with ourselves, but to love them as Jesus loves us. It's as though we are commanded to be Jesus in our response and relationship to other Christians. That's setting the bar extremely high. Or is it truer, maybe, to say that it is setting ourselves, our own status, really, really low? Just before he issued this mandate, Jesus shocked his disciples by insisting on washing their feet. While some churches reenact this episode on Maundy Thursday, I don't think we catch just how shocking this was. When doing this, Jesus was acting out the role of the most low-status servant. This wondrous love not only goes beyond being reasonable, it slides below all questions of status in its humility. Now, humility is a slippery virtue. You can't try to be humble. I know, I tried once. It doesn't work. You can't try to be humble because that's just pretending. It seems that genuine humility comes as a side effect from seeing someone or some purpose as being so worthy, so important, so much more important than our own convenience, our own dignity or status, that there's no room for hesitation. We give all we've got for that love. Jesus, beholding those who would be his body in this world, those whose mission it would be to embody that love so clearly that everyone would know that they were his disciples, despised the pain and degradation he would suffer for the sake of the joy of seeing the branches of his vine flourish. If Jesus lives in us, then that love is what should be living in us too. That love is what we should express. We have been served by Jesus even to the extreme cost of the cross. No lesser love would have been sufficient. And for our brothers and sisters whose mission it is to embody the love of Christ in the world, do they need any less from you and me from each and every one of us. As John the Apostle would later write, "Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God. May God be known in the love that we have for each other." In the love of Christ, let's meet again tomorrow. Be well, be blessed, and bless others with God's love.